everyone, today I'm going to take you to a super famous place in Melaka called St. Paul's Church. This church is not just old, it's like ancient. It was first built in 1521 by the Portuguese. They built it to thank Mother Mary after surviving a really scary storm at sea. Back then, people called it the Chapel of Our Lady of the Hill. The church stands proudly on top of St. Paul's Hill, which was the highest point in Malacca. There's also a white statue of St. Francis Xavier right outside the church. Later, when the Dutch took over Malacca, they made the church part of their fortress. The Dutch also built Christ Church in Malacca, so St. Paul's Church slowly became less used. Then, when the British came, they didn't really use the church either. Over time, the building turned into a ruin, but it's still so beautiful. Today, you can still see the old stone wall standing tall, even though the roof is gone. The Portuguese used this place for prayers and for sailors who wanted blessings before traveling. These tombstones have carvings and writing in Portuguese, Dutch, and Latin. Some are for rich traders, some for priests, and even some for governors. Imagine, these stones are like history books carved in rock. People from many different countries were buried here, showing how international Malacca was. The carvings tell us about the people who lived and died in Malacca long ago. Some were important governors and soldiers, some were priests who came here to spread their religion. You might be wondering, why does this church have no roof? Well, the original roof was made of wood, not stone. When the Dutch and later the British came, they didn't really use the church much, because it wasn't taken care of. The wooden roof got old and rotten. The British even used the church as a storage place for gunpowder, so they didn't bother fixing it. Even without a roof, the strong stone walls have survived for more than 400 years. When you stand at St. Paul's Church, you feel like you're on top of the world. You can see almost the whole of Malacca from here. Down below, there's the Malacca River shining like a silver snake. On one side, you can spot the Straits of Malacca where big ships used to sail long ago. This is the statue of St. Francis Xavier, one of the most famous missionaries in history. He came to Malacca in the 1500s to spread Christianity to Asia. He also traveled to India, Japan, and even tried to go to China. Standing here makes me feel like I'm guarding the city, just like the soldiers did hundreds of years ago. From this hill, you really understand why Malacca was so important. Everyone could see the sea and the land all at once. No wonder people say if you visit Malacca, you must climb St. Paul's Hill.